cheer day in Fort Dodge. The parade got rained out though. I guess they had it anyway, but it was
Had it
pretty
anyway,
bad.
in the rain.
Well, I just thought it'd be kind of fun. Don't get a chance to see Gladys very often. I thought it'd be kind of fun to get some of these old pictures and see if maybe you can help me identify them just for posterity. This one here, this tin tack we know is my grandmother, so we won't look at that one. And this one here is Ed Dwyer, May's son. We know that one. Now, who is this beautiful lady? Veronica Wood again.
Veronica Wood, well, that is, that's that old lady's
Yes,
daughter.
yeah.
Now, that's the one that, she was old looking and blind the last time I saw her.
This lady?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna lay that one
She
out
lived
here.
not very far from Kenny's. Kenny and Diane used to go to see her.
Of course, this one I recognize as my Uncle Jim.
Yeah,
He evidently ran for supervisor for the 2nd District once.
Right,
I don't
right.
think he made it, but
Well, I didn't know about that.
oh, yeah. I remember that, I used to.
It was 1936, June 1st,
yeah.
anniversary.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, be darned.
June 1st.
Isn't that something?
And what year?
Well, that's 60 years ago,
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, I graduated from high school in '38, so.
Yeah, it's like,
Well, he's the only one of my kin that I remember real vividly. He was kind of a character.
Yeah,
oh, he
yeah.
really was.
He was a real character.
Rose is a character too, and she's
I-
got two nieces
I remember
here.
Jim Dwyer one time, when I was in high school, we went over to get some apples.
That isn't going, is it?
Oh, yeah, sure.
He looked up at me and says, "How's the altitude up there?" Or something like that. I was probably 6 inches taller than he was.
Well, there's the Estlund family,
Yeah.
and they're all identified, so I don't know if this was January 15th. Could have been 1912, that's what it says. No, June 15th,
1962.
62.
Yeah,
Okay,
62.
That's like this one. You've got better eyes than I have.
My eyes are, I got 20/20 vision.
Isn't that something? Now, who's this handsome guy? It says here, John O'Hearn, neighbors and friends of Jim Dwyer. Is that right?
Yeah.
Not a relative.
No,
I'm gonna put here, not a relative.
Let's see what he looks like.
Okay, excuse me.
That's John Ahern.
they used to live next to Jim.
No.
John and Agnes. They lived right next to Jim and Barnum.
Well, is that the one that was a mailman?
Oh, no, that's Tom.
Oh, okay.
This is Jim's house in a farm, Bonnie View Farm. It was taken in
Oh, yeah.
1959.
Right.
I remember spending a lot of time there.
Yes, yes.
It's been torn
And
down.
now, well, it's not been torn down, the top was taken off of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I see.
that's
And
right.
they made it,
Yeah.
Jimmy on the Hill, he was known as.
yeah.
And let's see, this picture here says Alice Dwyer, K.E. Wood, Rose's mother, Rose Bertford, Rose and Jim Dwyer. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
identified. Yeah,
And that's Rose and Jim, and that's Mrs. Bertford. And that's that lady in Denver.
yeah, Veronica Wood again.
And is this Veronica? Does it
Yeah.
say Veronica? Must be.
Yeah. Now, is that this lady's mother?
This is the daughter.
This is the daughter?
Of this old lady.
Yeah, okay.
And that old lady was a mother of your grandmother.
I see. Okay. I'll put those
But boy, was
two.
she in bad shape. And all of a sudden, she must have died, Kenny and Diane, so that they went to see her, you know. There it
Oh,
starts.
that's the-
that's the start of
Frontier
the
days.
Frontier days. I thought the atom bomb went off.
Civil War starting.
Now, I put down here Anna Dwyer and Alice Dwyer, but is that right?
I'm sure it is.
Sure didn't
I
look
think
like my mother.
This is your mother, I think.
Yeah. She must have been very young when that was taken.
Yeah, I suppose probably teenager or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that is.
I'm gonna write down, excuse me, grade teen. Okay. And this, if we identified him, this is, who the devil's that? Paul A. Halfpap.
Paul Halfcap, I wouldn't know him.
He's not,
John Brown could say that. He's a brother, a cousin of John Brown.
Oh, is that right?
Uh-huh. So it's a Halfcap, I know that.
is that a relative?
No, it's Browns. So probably friends.
I don't know why I keep that then.
I don't even.
That's just gonna confuse it.
Well, let's see, I wonder if I could get that to somebody here. It's
Yeah,
related to
yeah,
that
why don't you?
Halfpuff, somebody, I'm sure.
And this is Tom,
Beckers are all related to Halfpuff.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
This
And
is-
you see Beckers a lot.
this is Tom Hyde Jr., August 1917.
That's Tommy Hyde.
Was he the one who was married to the Spanish girl?
Yes.
Yeah, good-looking guy,
Yeah.
good-looking woman.
Yeah, those kids are all.
Yeah, beautiful
They
kid.
have businesses in California, I guess. Beer
Well,
parlor or something.
we looked them up one time, we went out there. My gosh, they got as many kids as the Eastlands.
I think they had 10, I think they had 10, I think.
Something like that, yeah. And that's saying something. Now here, what do we got here? You know who these folks
I
are?
have the slightest idea who that is.
They don't look like,
Where was that taken?
Doesn't say a thing.
doesn't
does it?
say.
I wouldn't have any idea who that is.
They don't look like
Our bunch did.
our relatives, no. I don't know how that got in there. It's from Seattle, huh?
Seattle. Well, I wouldn't know
I'll throw that on that pile. Where'd it go?
Well, I took that one,
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna give that to somebody here in town.
Keep
Well,
that.
now that we don't, but we'll throw that away,
Yeah,
huh?
throw it away.
Okay.
Yeah, you recognize him, handsome fella.
Oh, gosh, I don't know who that is. Do you know who
No,
it
I
is?
don't either.
Do you know?
No, I wonder if it could be some of MJ's relatives,
That could be too.
Yeah, it could
which
be.
we wouldn't know.
Says Baldwin Photography before it died.
Or does.
Huh.
I haven't the slightest idea who that'd be.
Hmm. Well, I'll put Mr. Question Mark on here, but I'll keep it. And then this was taken by Baldwin before it died. This is Alice Dwyer, yeah? And Alice.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
She was something else.
I guess she got quite old and decrepit, didn't
Oh,
she?
and crabby and.
No, that's not Alice J.D.
No, that's the other Alice, the other Alice.
Oh.
You probably never saw her.
Now this is, I don't recognize who that is.
I haven't the slightest idea who that is either. It might be some of MJ's.
Yeah, it's a wicker chair. And this picture, I don't know who that would be either.
Well, that looks like that William Dwyer, but I don't, you know, that one where the brothers were all together you had. Did you have that in here?
Let's see.
George was over there at the dinner table.
Wow.
We'll hear that now
We're being
tomorrow
bombed.
night. Tomorrow night.
Well. Huh. Well, maybe I haven't got to it
Well,
yet.
hope we didn't leave it on the table over there.
No,
I don't want to talk with that.
well, we'll come to it. Let's just leave that layout here on the floor until we get to it. And we'll get out again. And there's Gladys, age 15. How
Isn't
about-
that something? Gosh sakes, look at the hair.
Show that to Brooke.
I think you're better looking now than you were then. You know that?
Oh, gosh.
I think she was 15 years old, just your age.
I was 15. I was 15. Isn't that something? Haven't got any of your pictures, have you?
No, I didn't. I just, but,
Oh,
but
the ones you didn't know.
yeah, these are,
But you know what those Murphy girls told me when that boy died? She said, we had all kinds of pictures, and she just hauled them out and burned them. And I suppose there were pictures of my dad and
really,
everything.
yeah. Does that look familiar?
I don't know who that is either. That isn't any of our relatives that I know of.
Now, this is also the picture made before Dodge.
They all had the puffy hair,
And
didn't
they
they?
sure had it that was, I don't know who that is. Either
Okay, I'll
one of
put
those.
that in that part. Now, here's your whole family. Let's identify, let's see. Left to right, front row. So,
Get that picture up there and show
Yeah,
them.
that's Gladys.
Right.
And who's
Nancy.
Nancy.
Nancy? Floyd?
Oh,
Tom?
Paul,
Paul, okay.
he's the baby.
And then left to the right, back row.
Big guy is Jim
Jim,
and Jack. And Tom
yeah.
Oh,
and Bill.
Here's Bill.
And Kenny.
What year would you guess that was?
Well, then Paul was about 2.
He was born in 48. So that'd be about 1950 or
1950,
or
50
51.
or 1.
I'll just put down
Yeah.
approximately.
Can I see that picture?
Sure. I don't know who that little baby is.
It's the slightest idea. That must have been olden time with the cape and everything.
Doesn't weird.
That looks like the same guy that's on that other picture that you were questioning who it was, isn't it? Which picture was
Maybe
that?
that's this one.
Yeah, isn't that it?
Is that him?
Isn't that the same guy? Well, maybe not, maybe not.
It might be relatives because they do look a little like.
Got a K.
Yeah.
And this is, I've got it marked as Katie Dwyer.
Gee, that picture there, that round picture with all those girls looks like her.
Yeah.
Where was that? Where's that round oval picture you had? Was that over there at the, oh, that's Alice's. That, let's see, she was on that picture.
Okay.
There's that, the one I was talking
Yeah,
about, this
okay.
guy. These guys, are they alike? That tall one? Oh, no, I don't know.
Don't think so.
I don't think so. That might be some of the relatives. I don't know who that is. But that William and this guy, I can remember them coming to our house, just in this guy. He was much younger than they were. But this guy had the rosary beads in his hands, down on his knees, praying all the time, constantly.
He looks like a Mormon minister or something.
And Jim,
Well, let's see. William Dwyer says there, and Mike Dwyer, and John Dwyer.
brothers of Bungle, Jim Dwyer's father, or my father too.
Yeah.
But on this one, her, those 4 girls were together, that we didn't know who they were. Now that might be one of them too. But this one, on the 4 pictures together. Down there.
Well, let's see here.
There they are, right there.
Yeah.
Now doesn't that look like this one?
Does, doesn't it?
I think that's some of your relatives.
And on the
anyway.
back, did we identify it? No?
No, I don't think so.
What, if this is Katie, then that's Katie
It
too.
looks like two, and this looks like her too, doesn't it?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know whether you dare put a name on it or not, then, because I'm not, it must be some relative.
I don't know who the other driver was. Yeah, we'll assume that is Katie Dwyer. Now, Jim was my uncle.
And my dad was your uncle.
Yeah.
They were brothers. His name was Ed.
You probably don't remember Ed at all, do you?
Uh-uh.
No, you couldn't have. No, no, no.
He died in 1916, and that year Anna was born. He died on New Year's Eve. The bells were ringing and the street cars were blowing and everything. And Anna was expecting Anna Marie then.
Okay.
And I think wasn't her birthday in January?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Right.
He died 1st of January.
That look familiar?
No, never saw him before.
How's our battery doing there? Can you tell?
Oh.
Up in the upper left-hand corner, is it a picture of a battery?
Yeah.
Is it flashing or anything?
It's not flashing. There's like a little white part. Like,
Yeah.
That's kinda
We
small.
still got enough battery left. We don't know who that is then.
Mm-mm.
And that we decided, not Katie. Looks like a Dwyer.
She
Look.
certainly does.
I'm gonna put just Dwyer.
Yeah.
Right. And we don't know who this is. Did we think he was
He's that William, that was the Foreign Brothers. He looked like him. That guy's got a mustache though.
It's not either of those two,
No,
and I don't think it's him here.
Maybe not.
Somebody broke his nose somewhere along the line.
Well, you know, they tell me that somebody said that their name used to be O'Dwyer. They all come from New York. Did you know that?
That could be. I got a thing in the mail the other day of a company that traces family names. They put a book, they've got a book on the Allens. They want $60 for it, so I didn't bite it on it, but I wondered a few times if they do enough research that they get, you could give a name like Dwyer and they'd really run it
Well,
down.
now that's what this gal says. You can go to the courthouse, just get somebody's
Yeah.
name, and she just loves that
I
stuff.
think we ought to do that. And also, out of Salt Lake City, the Mormon Church has the biggest archives in the world. You can trace almost anybody through their archives.
that right?
They've got it all computerized now. They make a charge for it, but they say it's quite an experience to go out there and do it. Are we all in the picture yet?
Yeah.
Oh, this is all being,
Yeah, you
Oh,
well,
sure. I'll make
You're
a,
on
I'll make-
camera.
I'll make a copy of it for you and
oh,
send
for
it to you.
goodness
Yeah.
sake.
Now, here's a whole bunch of women at the Barnum Railroad Station. I don't even make out anybody there now, but they're all pretty good looking bunch. aren't
Maybe
they?
that's when they had the children's orphan train that used to come in. You heard about that?
Uh-uh.
And Alice, J.D., and Mary Lewin, they were two of the kids.
Huh.
John, or,
You remember hearing about those, didn't you?
No.
About how the orphan trains would come from the east?
No.
they pick up all the kids on the streets in Chicago, boys and girls, maybe they'd be brothers
They
and
bring
sisters.
them out to the Midwest and they,
Dump 'em.
People adopt
Trace-
them on the
priest-
silence.
Priest would say, Tracy's, you take two, and they told Dwyer's right next to the church, I think, was that John? You take two. They took Mary.
Isn't that interesting? You compare that with the system now they got where it takes them forever to get a child placed.
yeah,
But hard telling what, and then Connors was, Charlie Connors got a girl, she was mulatto, so she joined the sisters when she got 16, 17.
I'll be
But
there.
those two kids were all, and that looked like it,
That could be.
they had a whole big train load of
Which is
well,
all-
yeah, but this
all
is,
women.
this is
Those
all
women,
ladies, you
yeah.
know, that's probably just some special
But
day.
I had a book someplace on that, orphans. But every summer, they bring those orphans out from New York City.
That's, never heard that story before this.
There's a series of books by Joe Larry Nixon, the Orphan Train series.
Well, yeah, that's quite a history about that orphan train thing. A lot of people have reunions now who came on orphan trains out to the Midwest.
Yeah.
But to think, those poor little kids, they get separated from their brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And hard telling whether they'd be slaves when they
Of
get
course,
there or
some
what.
of them were picked up off of the streets and got
Yeah,
into
this
some
is-
nice homes too.
Yeah.
This
That's
is Bonnie
just-
View again.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's a little different porch.
Boy, that house was full of beautiful old furniture and stuff.
Yeah,
Murphy's got that too, they're still hanging on to everything.
that's Alice, it
Yeah.
says.
Alice or Anna, I don't know which.
Says Alice on the
It
back.
says Alice, probably was.
Yeah. Now, this one here is almost a tintype. Where'd that come from? Let's see,
Can I see
Oh,
that
here.
one when you're done?
but, yeah, sure enough, Bidwire, mother's
Oh,
sister.
that's in Condon.
Married-
She married Condon.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's who. Well, I bet that's who that picture was. I said it was Condon. I bet it was him instead of O'Hearn.
I think that's not the first time we've seen that today. That,
this guy right here?
no,
No, the old guy. There's an old guy by himself, and I said, that's a Condon. Maybe this is the one I was looking at.
Con?
Let's see. Everybody has to be related to a Condon someplace.
Con? What's her name? Is that?
C-O-N-D-O-N.
Good Irish.
Oh, Con.
Condon.
I thought it was Con.
That's a great name, huh? I think,
Oh,
oh yeah, a name like that, they try
Tom.
to change it.
yeah, that's Ben. And she died of a goiter, remember that? Choked to death.
Wow.
And he was an attorney. wasn't he?
So about how old would this picture be?
Well, that's funny old.
What would you guess?
Let me see. It'd be the 1800s, I know that, way down.
Is that
I don't know
right?
whether she'd be dead or be younger than. I just don't know.
how did she compare in age with your mother?
With his mother.
Well, I'm talking about your mother.
Well, no relation to my
No,
mother.
but I don't mean relation-wise.
Just to get an idea of age.
Yeah.
She'll be 100 years old anyway, or that.
Well, your mother would have been over 100 years.
14, she'd be.
Yeah.
Well,
That's good, and condom and all.
does that look familiar at all?
Well, doesn't that look like that one of Katie?
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Katie Dwyer, but it is.
You Dwyer anyhow.
This one looks like, who's the movie actress?
Yeah, she does look like her, doesn't she? I
Yeah,
can't say her
I
name.
can't say her name either, but
I
Mary Poppins.
no.
No, an actress, an old actress. No, she looks just like her. I can't say her name. Is that,
Well, here's the same picture twice.
well, that's just it, that's them.
Yeah.
The condom and bid, Bridget.
Let's see. Bid Dwyer.
And Condon, her husband. Oh, what's his first name?
Married to Tom.
Tom Condon, yeah, that's right.
I suppose 80 years from now, Brooke will be going through the pictures and looking at some of us. Well, now who's this guy and who's that
Get
guy?
our family group up there on the organ. See that bunch of.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a
they were all
whole
here
tribe.
Last August.
Yeah, show Bob. That's how we
That's
multiply
your whole
Bob.
family?
Oh, that's my
This
family.
picture that she got here was taken out Twin Lakes. We all had to get together.
8 states.
There was 93 people there.
Whoa, you're
Nice.
I tell you what I think I'm gonna have you do. Brooke, I'm gonna have you walk up to the camera with that, and I wanna get a close-up of that, just for fun. But
It's
I
your
need,
whole family.
but I need to kind of focus it.
There are 102, but that name couldn't come.
So you're related to every single one of these?
Either by
She's
marriage or,
My kids.
yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, if you come up real close here, drop it down just a little bit. Now, let's back just a little bit. Back, hold it right there. Just a second here. Now, let's see if I can zoom in on. Okay, that's quite a picture. How many people in the picture?
I think there's 96, Tom.
Is it 96?
96, and those 4 had to go to Kansas City for a dance rehearsal.
I'll
That's
be
why they
there.
couldn't-
All Eastlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something, okay,
Well,
but thank you.
Eastlands and their relatives, you know, there's some of them that are,
By marriage, yeah.
yeah, you know, there's other names in there.
But they're all my kids to begin with.
But they wouldn't be there if it weren't for you.
They're all descendants of Gladys, that's right.
That's great.
And their offspring, and their husbands and wives.
And 5 generations.
Okay, here we
With
go.
their wives.
Gladys, explain what this picture is now.
This one here,
Yeah, the one,
Okay,
or
let's see.
this one, of course, is me,
All the wives.
and this is my son John. And this gal is Kathy, and she's John's daughter.
Yeah.
And this guy is Kathy's son, Matt,
that's my
and the
wife.
baby is Matt's daughter,
Jim, there's
Sarah.
my wife.
and that's 5 generations.
5 generations.
Well, there aren't many people who can go back 5 generations. Now, tell us about this one.
Well, this one is 5 generations. That's me and Jack, and Jack's son Larry, and Larry's son Brent, and Bryant is Brent's son. That's another 5 generations. And this is an old one, long time ago, because my mother
Yeah,
is there. And this is me, and this is Jack, and this is Larry,
Who to get along.
and this is Larry's son Brent, and here is Brent here.
I'll be there.
So,
Amazing.
That's why we have so many get-togethers.
Aw.
Tell me about this one now,
oh,
Gladys.
this one is me and Jack and his son Larry, and Larry's daughter Lisa, and these 2 little guys are Lisa's.
I see.
It takes practice. I didn't go golf until I was
Motel
30 years
reserved
old.
when they were here last summer.
What are you guys talking about over there?
Oh, we're talking about these pictures of all my brothers and my sister and their wives and husbands.
Yeah, how about that? Hold them still, yeah. Yeah, I got it.
She just had 2 boys.
I never thought I'd have my room so lit.
Gladys has her walls just covered with pictures of her family.
See, there's Jack and Tom and Jim and Kenny and Bill and Nancy and Paul.
Cool.
That's our high school graduation pictures for each one.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt something. I go try to pick them up.
These are high school graduation pictures of the whole family here.
That's you, right?
The first one on the left there is who?
That's probably
Yeah, that's
That's Jack,
Jack. The next,
Tom,
Tom.
Jim,
Okay,
Kenny,
Baby.
that's Gladys.
and Bill, Nancy, and Paul.
Boy, what a family. Isn't that
And
wonderful?
they never give us one.
Tell me about
Is that what you want me to say that again?
them. Yes.
Well, I said the kids are been such pride and joys. We've never had one instant of trouble with one of them.
I know, you just raised a tremendous
And the
family.
You were a
grandchildren
lot younger there
and the
than we
great
were there.
grandchildren are doing the very same thing. They've all got
That's
wonderful
him.
jobs.
Isn't that wonderful?
Just great.
You can be very proud of yourself.
Right. Really am proud of the kids.
Yeah, darn right.
Then did you find?
Oh, that's him. I
Yeah.
already found him.
Yeah.
Found him.
Or Bill, man. Yeah.
Okay, I found him. And then
That's Jim.
this
This
She
guy
likes
here, right
Yeah.
there. And then the next one's Kenny. So that's Kenny right here.
It's cute. I was trying to pick this up.
And
Okay,
that-
that's him.
That's
He's
Jack.
the oldest. That's you.
Yeah.
That's him.
And this
This
one,
one,
yeah, right. And
That's that one.
that's Kenny.
Yeah. That's this.
Yeah, that's Kenny.
Yeah. And this.
And then
is
that's, this
Oops,
is
that's-
Bill. This is
Oh,
Bill.
Oh, whoops! I picked up the wrong
This is
one.
Bill.
Yeah.
What was it, 8 or 9 kids? Jim, let's see, what is it, Jim and Ed?
Uh-huh.
Jim and Ed and John.
We haven't got
boys.
Ed on there.
Well, Ed and John, have you got John?
No.
Ed, John, and Jim. That was the boys. They all lived in this log cabin house.
Well, I remember the log cabin out in the
Do
farm.
you? Well, that was their house.
Yeah.
And my dad said the snow would come in and they'd
Yeah.
shake it off of the bedclothes.
Jim used it as a chicken.
Yeah, but anyhow, then they start building this new house. They got it all done, and they decided that they needed some more lumber from Tara. So the granddad,
Tara or Barnum?
Tara,
Oh,
Yeah.
and the oldest boy was 21.
Mhm.
Now, I suppose he must have been older than the rest of them, I don't know. But anyhow, they went, the father and he went after that lumber. And the horses they had got clear up to the house with a load of lumber, and the horses got scared and pulled the granddad, he was 52, pulled him under the whole team of lumber and run over him,
And that was who?
killed him. That was,
Would have been Ed or this Ed?
no, that was, this is son, these are the sons. This John was with him. John was with the dad to get the lumber. You understand now?
Yeah, uh-huh.
And then the grandmother was so grief-stricken. The house was all ready for them to move into and everything. And here the father was killed,
Wow.
and she couldn't do anything. So they said, well, we'll send you to Denver to visit that Mrs. Wood in
Uh-huh.
Denver. That was her sister.
Yeah.
And so she went there, and she got sick there, and she came home, and here they said she had mountain fever.
Hmm.
That boy that was 21 that was with the father when he got killed, he got it, and he died, and she died, and somebody else died. I can't remember who that was, but there was 3 of them died in about 3 months.
Wow.
And Josephine, that was 15 years old, she was the only one left, the oldest.
Yeah.
So she moved into that house with those kids, and that's how they
So
were
I
raised.
wonder if I've got this down right. Now, my mother's grandparents were this Ed Dwyer and this Moore.
Yeah, right.
Well, who were my mother's parents then?
Well, those what they were. That's what they were.
I was thinking they were great.
No, that was them.
Okay.
That was them. Your mother's folks.
Yeah, okay, Ed and Moore. And it's Alice, Katie, Anna, Bridget, Josephine, Ed. Is that Jim?
John and Jim.
And then Jim.
Jim.
Is that
are you
all?
saying, Ma, that Anna's brother was killed then?
Yeah,
In the-
21-year-old.
by the lumber?
Right.
Yeah, I remember Mother talking about that.
Oh.
And I have a piece there that tells
Yeah.
that someplace.
Oh,
It's kind of interesting. Go ahead and stop it for a second now, Brooke. Yeah, there you go. Now you're filming. Yeah, Gladys has got wonderful scrapbooks.
Well, I just got to find that thing.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Well, it's, It tells about them and the accident. He
I
was-
tell you, if you find that sometime,
I will.
is there a
I
Xerox
got it.
machine here? Is there any way you can make a
Yes,
copy of
I
that?
could, yeah.
Make me a copy.
I will.
That'd be wonderful.
But I tell you, to think that that's what happened right in front of him, the 21-year-old
Oh, wow.
boy.
I
He said he
remember-
was devastated. And the father went right under that wagon, and that big load of lumber went right over him, right in front of that boy.
I remember Mother talking about that, yeah. But I wasn't sure who it was.
But to think the house was all done, if
Yeah.
he didn't go after that last little lumber, whatever he was,
Yeah,
maybe that wouldn't have happened.
yeah, that's right. Well, tell me now, let's see, if we get back here, Alice, of course, was an old maid.
You know? Kate had
Kate-
epilepsy.
Yeah, Katie was in the hospital. Anna, and she married Martin,
Uh-huh.
and Anna Maria.
Bob. And Bridget, they didn't have any kids at all, I don't think.
Yeah, who was Bridget?
Bridget Condon.
Bridget, she married a Condon.
Uh-huh. And
Oh,
Josephine married a Hyde.
that's right. Married
She was,
the Bill Hyde,
she
was it?
looked exactly